Got a good thing for you. Don't let anyone tell me otherwise, baby. That's right, girl. We'll be fine, whatever we'll be. And you ought to know by now. But you feel to be the same no matter where we're from.
Hiya. It's 24 degrees. That's getting, you know, you can feel it, and that's great. We're going to talk about the lake today. No politics, no funny stories. I'll try to be amusing, but you know, I'm not telling a story. And I'm going to name the lake, and I think you'll like it. So you know, let's lake. It's all golden again. There's a breeze, and it's a chilly one, the first one of the year, and just look at what happens to the water when that happens. Yeah, so the kayak's really stable. In fact, it's bobbing up and down a bit, and we love it when that happens. And I'm being turned around, which means I won't be able to film that way soon, but that's fine. So this episode is all about the lake. I'm not going to talk about anything serious or tell a story or anything like that. It's just the lake. And it doesn't have a name. I've tried to find out. There's a hotel called the Lake Tara Hotel. It's nowhere near the lake. It's down the road, you know. But the lake isn't called Lake Tara. It just doesn't have a name. So I'm going to call it Goldilocks Lake. Because in lots of ways, it's just right. What do I mean by that? Well, I admit it's not massive. It's bigger than a pond, a lot bigger, you know, but it's not a gigantic lake. And that means that I get to meet everybody who has, you know, activity on the lake. I get to know them, get to say hello every morning. Couldn't do that on a big lake. You'd be knackered. If I want more exercise, I can go around twice. You know, so that's fine. I could go around as many times as I want, really. I wouldn't be bored because there's always something going on. Then there's the wildlife around the banks. It attracts lots and lots of wildlife, including little animals. but also we've got the monitor lizards and the herons and cranes. And the boat's bobbing all the way. You're seeing a lot of that house a bit shit, really, isn't it? I'll try and do that. How's that? So yeah, the other thing is that even though it's getting colder, which is fantastic, because it means that my aircon bill, the electric bill, goes right down. Is that even though it will get colder than this, like if you go, how cold does it get? Well, if you go on a motorbike in this, you'll feel it. Not England in November, but you'll definitely feel the cold. You know, I'm being drifted towards that house. Soon I'll be able to film nothing but that. I'm going to stop and start again, paddle out a bit. Be right back. Alright, we're back. So I was saying, there's a breeze and it's made things a bit choppy, which is great. And yeah, I was talking about the temperature. So here's why it's Goldilocks Lake. Because even when it gets chilly, the lake temperature remains tepid. Even on the coldest days that I've been here, you know, and yeah, I know people in England are going, it's never cold. It isn't, but you know, there's a breeze and there's a chill in it, especially early in the morning. Even then, when I put my foot in the water, sometimes I'm expecting it to have a nip to it, and it never does. It never has. It's just warmish and tepid and lovely. And so when I look at, you know, big lakes, I see pictures, I think, oh, I'd love to kayak that. But then you see, like, Sheila sent me a picture once, I think, recently, of a lake. And I just thought, that looks great, that does. And, you know, I'd love to kayak that. But my immediate thought next is, I bet it's cold. And I don't know whether I'd be a big fan of kayaking in cold water. You know? Just the idea of it is like, no, maybe not. Maybe I'll just... And so, yeah. So that's why this is Goldilocks Lake. You see? The size of it, the groovy people, and they're all different. I mean, there's all kinds of classes. From people who make a living, you know, and live in what some people would call, you know, shanty type houses, but they're happy enough, you know, with their chickens and businesses, they you know, the fishing and all of that. You know, and then there's the posh people who build hideous houses, like that one. There's a few other posh people who built beautiful houses on the lake, but you know, so there's the people, the size of it, and the temperature is just right. So there you go, it's Goldilocks Lake. And I was thinking the other day, right, as you do, so if I suddenly became a millionaire, won the lottery, whatever, would I move? And you know those things that you get on Twitter and Facebook? It's a picture of like 4 mad houses with 1 million bedrooms. And it says, you know, which one of these would you pick? The first thing I look for is, has it got a lake? And none of them ever do. They've got swimming pools and tennis courts, and, you know, car parking for 100 cars and all of that stuff, but no lake. No thanks. So that's it. That's it for today. Goldilocks Lake. I'm not calling it Goldilocks Lakewatch. In fact, I might call the lake something else one day. But right now, it still is Goldilocks Lake. And from Goldilocks Lake, we love you. Bye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.